everybody. Today we're going to talk about how Django might have played over dominant 7th chords. Last time we talked about the way he played over major 7 chords, and today we're going to add on to that. So we're going to play some 5 sounds going into the 1 sounds. 5 being, in this case, G7, going to the 1, which is C. We're in the key of C. The main thing I want to get across today is how I think he might have fingered some of these arpeggios. Because a lot of us learn to play arpeggios across 3 different strings with 3 different fingers in 3 different frets, like this. I don't think Django would have done that because of his injury to his hand. And from my transcriptions, I'm seeing him do other things with the way he's phrasing and sliding. So I want to share that today. If we're playing G7, which in this lesson for our purposes can also equal G9, instead of playing a G, he might play an A, like this, over the G7, instead of, okay, he just liked to play the 9 a lot, so that'll be in our examples as well. So instead of playing like this, 3 different fingers, 3 different strings, 3 different frets, I don't see that happening with Django's hand. We're going to play like this, where the middle finger is on the 3rd string, 4th fret. That's the B note. We're playing over a G7. So we're playing B, 2nd string, 1st finger, 3rd fret, then the 6th fret with the middle finger. That's the key here, is 2 notes on 1 string, instead of spreading it across 3 strings. And then pointer finger on the E string, 5th fret. So we're getting a G9 arpeggio here. You could change it to the 3rd fret and make it just a straight G7. I'm sure Django did that sometimes. But most of the time I'm hearing G9 type of ideas over his dominant chords. And it's just a real hip way to get that old swing and gypsy jazz sound. So spend some time with both ways, playing the 9 and the root. Okay. As far as the right hand, I'm doing a little economy sweep here. Down, down, up, down. Try playing it with 2 fingers. It's really cool. It's like you're summoning Django into your playing. It's really kind of a fun feeling. Okay. Then we can go to the 10th fret and get some G7 ideas or G9 ideas. I'm on the same strings, 10th fret, sweeping down to the 2nd string, 10th fret with the same finger. So I'm barring. 12 on the B string, and then 10 on the E string. Then we can go to the 12th position, 14. 14, and the B string is 12 to 15, and the E string is 13. Isn't that a cool sound? Yeah, so that's a lot of different 5 chord or G7, G9 sounds that you can use. And then what's nice is try to resolve them into some of the major sounds that we talked about in the last lesson. Okay? All right, so you might try that in all those different positions. Try to play your G7 ideas going up, and then come down C major arpeggio. So much fun. I mean, gosh, instant gypsy jazz and old swing tune sounds. Okay, so like we did last week, we're starting with our 4-note arpeggio, and we're going to add a note now to make a slightly longer arpeggio and make our line slightly longer too. So let's go a little higher with each one of these. Now we're doing our original 4 notes and adding the 7th fret to get the 3rd in there. Okay, now let's make it a 6-note arpeggio. We have our original 4 plus our 5th. Let's add a 6th note on the low end of the arpeggio. Then in the 10th position, this one, we're going to add the 7 down low and slide up into the 10th position because he does this a lot. Because of the way the B string is tuned to a 3rd, you have to go up a fret higher when you're ascending your arpeggios. When you go to the B string, it can be a little awkward if you're just trying to do 2 fingers per string without a slide. So here's a good place to put a slide. Okay, I hope that gives you some ideas for some dominant arpeggios, the way Django might have played them. I think you're really going to get in the ballpark with the way Django phrased and moved around the neck. It really feels cool to play guitar that way. Give it a try.